What is going on, Diablo 2 fans? Dobrunsky here. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick overview of the new Frost Nova Sorceress. Now, I use the word new very loosely because the skill is identical in how it performs to LOD, even has the same % damage synergies. The only difference is the damage scaling is now 25% higher than what it was in LOD, so you can get a lot better endgame damage. Now, is it a player's aid to bail running solo build like Blizzard? No. But does it have pretty decent damage and provide sort of a different playstyle and kind of your standard Blizzard Sorceress, especially with the new quick cast system? Yes, and that's what I'm going to cover in today's video. So I do think that quick cast is the biggest quality of life change in this game. For 99% of builds, I prefer using quick cast. I actually can hardly even play LOD when I fire it up to check over some old save files, but that's the biggest thing with this build now is you can do some really, really cool stuff. So just like I can teleport and then switch between Blizzard and Frost Nova. So these are cold, like you get the point, but it's like Telestomp, Blizzard, spam a bunch of Frost Novas. Now it's a very mana-intensive build. Even with an Insight Mercenary, you still kind of like you're chugging pots, but super fun build to play. So quickly going over the attributes. So I just went max Vitality, so enough strength to equip my gear, nothing into Dexterity, then everything else in Vitality. For the skill tree, starting off with Fire, 100 point into Warmth. Lightning, kind of the same idea here, 1 point into Static, Telekinesis, and Teleport. Now, for the cold tree, there is one other thing that I do want to note. Okay, put 2 extra points here. Is that there's a lot of different variations in terms of dual spec now, the way that they've changed the individual cooldowns between skills and quick cast. So you could easily go like Frost Nova paired with Nova. You could go Frost Nova paired with Hydra. You could go Nova paired with Hydra. You could go Frozen Orb paired with Hydra. There's a lot of different combinations, so I think that's really cool. But for the cold skill tree, I put 100 point into Frozen Armor and then 100 point into Cold Mastery. I had enough plus skills to get well above like what you really need with an Insight Mercenary, so that was really easy to achieve. And then I put 20 air points into Frost Nova, 20 into Blizzard, 20 into Frozen Orb, and then 20 into Ice Bolt, Ice Blast, and then the rest into Glacial Spike. So this gives me 1388 max Frost Nova damage paired with 7,000 Blizzard. So kind of your standard Blizzard setup is usually casting Blizzard followed by Ice Blast. You can see that Ice Blast's individual damage is a lot more, but the difference between Ice Blast and Frost Nova is that Ice Blast is small individual targets like that, more damage, it shoots kind of slow, versus the whole idea of like Telestomp, Blizzard, and then spamming AoE. So this is a very cool build. I'm going to do a quick Ancient Tunnels run. Again, I don't think it's a player's 8 build, but I do think this is interesting spec and kind of like a different spin on sort of your standard Blizzard Sorceress. Basically, just find a pack of monsters. And just quick cast between your Blizzard and your Frost Nova. Now, you could play like this before in LOD. It's just the damage, I think. I'm pretty sure you'd be sitting around maybe 300 Frost Nova damage compared to much higher damage we have now. So I think it's around 300 versus 1300, so it's quite a big difference. But a very aggressive playstyle. Telestomp, Blizzard, and then Frost Nova. And super mana intensive too. Like I would probably would want to rock Silkweaves with this. Potentially maybe even extra points into mana if I had to. Because this Frost Nova spam is 51 mana at level 43. So you just chug through mana even with... Like I don't think I would want to play this build with Infinity Mercenary. But yeah, guys, that's kind of a quick overview of the Frost Nova Sorceress. Again, I know it's a relatively quick video. I might kind of splice in here some lower endgame setup stuff. I don't think it's going to change the meta for playthroughs just because of the changes they made to Nova itself receiving static field synergies. So you just basically just pound a ton of points into this I don't think it's going to change the meta. It might make for a more easy playstyle. Again, I might kind of like post-edit this in later. So I wanted to do a quick kind of showcase of an Eldritch Shank run in normal difficulty with level 22 Sorceress, just to kind of show that I don't think Frost Nova is really going to, or at least the changes to it, is really going to do much for playthroughs. I think most people will still kind of stick with Nova or Fireball. Just kind of demonstrate that here now. So Eldritch Shank. The damage output just, it's not really there. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm at level 15, 51 to 60 damage. Now there's a lot of extra cold length for pumping more points, and I have 10 points into lower res, or excuse me, 10 points to static field for a pretty big radius. But now we'll just kind of switch to a more standard Nova spec setup. Just kind of compare the difference between the two, just because Nova will be a lot more damage than 51 to 60 for sure. So with the exact same setup, but putting 10 points into static field and the remainder into Nova, again with the 1 point synergies, the damage difference is pretty crazy here. So 117 to 181, that's at level 13 compared to that 50 to 60 damage. And the cool thing is that static field synergizes Nova, so for players that aren't like speedrunning caliber, you can put extra points into static field to have a very, very big radius, but then at the same time you don't kind of have to worry about sort of sacrificing damage, because the bigger you make that radius, the more you would previously sacrifice the damage for Nova. That's not really a thing anymore. Just gonna show you guys. So there's a pretty big damage difference there between that and Frozen or Frost Nova. So that's the same level 22 Sorceress build, or excuse me, level 24, just doing an Eldritch Shank kill. So I think that it's pretty much safe to say that Frost Nova is more of kind of like a late end game kind of like sift in as a dual hybrid thing as opposed to a leveling spec. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the difference in playstyle now with a quick cast system and the individual cooldowns removed between each skill. Now, I do want to note that there was no cooldown delay between Blizzard and Frost Nova and LOD. It's just you didn't quite have the damage, but you could do the same thing if you wanted to. I don't think it'd be very effective, but you could telestomp, Frozen Orb, Blizzard, and then like just cycle between all the skills. I think it's just easier going back and forth between the two. Yeah, guys, just let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. If you might actually mess around with some endgame Frost Nova setups. But remember, a Frost Nova Ormus Robes might not be worth nothing anymore. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you could throw a like on it, that'd be awesome. And I'll catch you on the next stream or video. Peace out.